"I will die as a king or win this battle as one," are rumored to be among his final words as enemy forces overran his defenses and allies fell around him at Bosworth Field. After the dust settled on the battle, he was found to have died, having succumbed to multiple battle wounds, including a spear to the skull, a sword to the neck, and an axe to the face. Richard III conjures contrasting images among modern-day historians. For some, he conjures the image of a power-hungry man who would go as far as killing his nephews to secure power. For others, he conjures the image of a kind king, a concerned ruler, a judicial system to introduce laws and regulations that were intended to safeguard the security of his lowliest of subjects. Today, we explore the life and controversies of Richard III. His long-lost burial place having been unearthed as recently as 2012, he has sparked new debate as to whether he is indeed the evil, power-hungry tyrant that history portrays him to be, or whether it is simply that history, written by his successors, hell-bent on proving him to be a heartless tyrant and in effect justifying their usurpation of the throne and their own rule. Richard III, also known as Richard Plantagenet, was born on 2nd October 1452 at the Fotheringhay Castle in Northamptonshire. He was the 11th of 12 children born to Richard, the Duke of York, and Cecil Neville. He was born during a tumultuous period in England, known as the Battle of the Roses. This was a dynastic succession crisis between the House of York, that the Plantagenets belonged to, and their cousins, the House of Lancaster. During his turbulent childhood, his father and elder brother, Edmund, would be killed in the Battle of Wakefield on the 30th December 1460. Richard and his older brother, George, spent the next few years living in exile as their older brother, Edward IV, fought the Lancastrians. In 1461, when his older brother Edward defeated the Lancastrians at the Battle of Towton and ascended the throne as King Edward IV, he was named the Duke of Gloucester at the tender age of 17. During the reign of his older brother Edward IV, he demonstrated duty and loyalty, resulting in his brother elevating him and entrusting him with more and more responsibilities. Some of the titles he was accorded were the Lord of Pembroke, Constable of Gloucester, and the Corfe Islands. He was also named the Chief Justice of Northern Wales, as well as the Chief Steward and Chamberlain of Wales. He would soon thereafter also be conferred with the title of the Great Chamberlain and Lord High Admiral of all England. He was also named the High Sheriff of Cumberland and the Lord Sheriff of Hutton. Perhaps the best example of the endearing trust that his older brother, King Edward IV, had upon him was when he appointed him the Lord Protector of England, likely because he remained loyal to Edward as opposed to their brother George, who himself, feeling to have deserved the throne, allied with one of their former allies, the Earl of Warwick, to foment a rebellion against Edward IV's rule. Edward IV died shortly afterwards, but not before naming his ever-trusted brother, Richard III, the Protector of England and Prince Regent. He was to hold this position in trust until his nephew, Edward V, would attain the age of majority and be able to rule in his own name. This was, however, not to be. On the 26th of June 1483, by Robert Stillington, the Bishop of Bath and Well, that his older brother's marriage had been bigamous, hence the products of the said marriage, including Edward V, were illegitimate. This therefore meant that he indeed was the rightful king. On the 22nd of June 1483, nobles and citizens alike petitioned him to wear the crown and become the rightful king. He accepted this and 4 days later was crowned at Westminster Abbey on the 6th of July. In January of 1484, Parliament confirmed his ascension through the document known as the Titulus Regius.